This is Nigeria. You want to know what's going on? Relax, I will tell you. Now, I have done my best, but maybe my best is not good enough. President Muhammadu Buhari. This is our discussion today. Let's get to it immediately. Here is Mr. President. Watch.
After you leave the presidency,
yes,
what are you going to miss the most about the presidency?
I wonder if I want to miss much. I think I'm being harassed. I believe myself that I'm trying my best, but still my best is not good enough, because there are people around that think that they can intimidate authorities to get what they want, instead of going through established systems, and earn whatever they want to earn.
It seems Mr. President can't wait to leave the Aso Villa. He said there is nothing to miss about the office of the president when he finally exits in 5 months' time. He also sounded it clearly that he has done his best, but maybe his best is not good enough. I hope those struggling for this office, making it a do-or-die affair, did listen to President Buhari on this interview to commemorate his 80th birthday. I just hope so. Now, we are going straight into a debate, touching on all the performance of President Buhari from 2015 till date. How does the All Progressive Congress, APC, rate President Buhari? Let's hear from the APC National Publicity Secretary, Felix Morka. Watch.
I think history will judge Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari very generously for his work, for his steadfastness, for his really, truly transformative interventions in the governance of this country across all sectors over the last 7 years, nearly 8 years. This president has done more than any other individual president has done since the inauguration of our current nascent democracy in 1999. No other president compares with the amount of dedication, of accomplishments that this president has demonstrated over these last few years. Look, we're in an election season, and it's easy for anyone, any individual, any group of persons, or even political parties to try to deride or diminish the accomplishment of this president. But the fact remains, undisputably, that if you take the time to look at the figures and look at the data and the actual blow-by-blow account of the record of work of this president in all sectors, and I say in all sectors of our national life, if you do that with any modicum of objectivity, you will find and conclude that this individual, who is our president, has done an enormous amount of work.
Felix said in that video that no president since 1999 can be compared to President Buhari. He said President Buhari has done tremendously well for Nigeria and Nigerians. It's time to hear from Kenneth Okonkwo, the spokesperson of the Obidati Presidential Council. Here is his response to Felix Morka and the Buhari's government. Watch.
If you listen to the prose that the APC spokesperson or publicity secretary just did, it's just a prose. He talked about his government doing well, no figures. He boasted about, this and that, no statistics. We are tired of being bamboozled with proses. We want actualities. Let me help him with the statistics, and I'm going to be very conversational with it. I will start with the television that we are watching. APC government promised us that before they finish, we'll be watching digital television. They failed. They said they will give us Nigerian Air that will take the place of Nigerian Airways. After the 5th attempt and after spending billions of naira, they failed. They said they are going to take 100 million persons out of poverty. they ended up taking in 133.3 million persons into poverty. They have been busy building pyramids of poverty consistently. They said they were going to, give us 1 naira to $1, and they are ending up giving us 1,000 naira to $1. They met an inflation figure of about 9%. Today we have about 20-something%. Let me also regret that all these infrastructure purportedly built, we are all built on borrowed money, and none was creatively adopted to produce any revenue. None. Meaning that for giving us second Niger Bridge, you have taken the next generations into bondage of debts. And they want to situate the debts to the GDP. What a fraud. And they will mention statistics of advanced countries saying that they borrow this to their GDP. GDP is the total of the products and services produced in a country in a year. So when you want to situate your debts to GDP, you have to be a productive country, not a country that is producing nothing. And they're talking about GDP. And that is why their revenue can no longer service their debts.
Very interesting. That was Kenneth Okonkwo helping Mr. Felix of the APC with the data and statistics with which he has rated the government of the APC. Can't believe this government actually promised Nigerians digital television. What a promise. The take home from Kenneth is that the projects and the infrastructures the Buhari government boast of doing were all done with borrowed money and no hope of paying back. Situating our debts to our GDP when we produce nothing is a scam from this government, according to Kenneth Okonkwo. Okay, let's hear from Dino Melaye, the spokesperson of the Atiku Okowa Presidential Council. Watch.
To start with, I want to advise my brother Felix that the gargantuan, colossal lie he just told, I advise that he apologize to God Almighty. And if he is a Christian, he should read Psalm 55 and ask for mercy. And if he's a Muslim, he should tonight do 1,000 astaghfirullah to ask God for mercy. In a very civilized, I'm sorry, Ngozi, I'm sorry. My apology, Ngozi. And again, I will advise that he listens to his elders, because I know that his community, his traditional rulers will summon him to a village meeting for telling this public lie about the APC-led administration under President Muhammadu Buhari. I will say in the economy, F9, power, F9, agriculture, F9, security, F9, infrastructure, F9. In fact, F9 parallel. That is what the Buhari administration have given to Nigerians. I don't even need to go into statistics and being scientific. Practical illustration. A bag of rice in 2014 was 8,500. Today it's 45,000 now. Just yesterday, people were flying from Abuja to Lagos for 120,000 naira economy. How much is a loaf of bread today? From 120 naira, a loaf of bread today is over 1,000 naira. There is no poor man's food. Garri is no longer a poor man's food in Nigeria today. Insecurity is pervasive. When Buhari took over power, he promised 3 million jobs per year. At the expiration of his 8 years today, 3 times 8, we're supposed to have generated 24 million jobs. But no, instead, over 50 million people have now joined the unemployment markets. So there is no sector of our national life that the Buhari administration or the APC have done well. The legacy he will be leaving behind is now, if in 2023 he conducts a free, fair election, then it will leave one legacy, and that will be the only legacy. So it is not correct for the president himself to say yesterday that he tried his best, but his best was not good enough. That's a conventional statement. That is self-acceptance of failure. He agreed, the president agreed that I have failed because he said his best was not good enough. In every ramification today in this country, this government have failed. We are more disunited than even during the Civil War. The unity of this country is more important than the economy and other. But today, there is no unity in this country. There is, agitation in every part of Nigeria. There is poverty all over our faces. From the fastest growing economy in Africa, we have become the poverty capital of the world. So what I'm saying in essence is simple, that the APC have brought nothing other than pain, sorrow, death, insecurity to this country.
Dino Melaye advised Mr. Felix to go for confession for saying that the APC government headed by President Buhari has done well. Dino's scorecard for the APC is parallel F9. Dino Melaye still maintained that no one can speak for the APC government without looking stupid. What a heated argument we have had here. I'm tempted to score these speakers, but I will not. Now watch Kenneth Okonkwo round up this debate in ground style. Watch.
If I have the facts that I would have used today to defend him like I defended him in the past, I would say so. The one thing I forbid is telling myself a lie, because to thine own self be true. There is nothing on the table for me to use to defend APC. Nothing. And that is why when both of them are talking, I don't know what both of them are still waiting in their parties. They should make a competition on who failed more. The competition between PDP and APC is who failed more, because both of them are failures. Let's take the issue of power. I saw Atiku Abubakar personally saying that on the eve of their leaving office, they commissioned 5 companies and gave them almost all the money for power. And he confessed that unfortunately they did not deliver. For going almost 24 years, we cannot even have power. These two parties, both of them are sharing 71 months of ASU strike at home. When one party, like I said, when one party PDP is talking about unity, excuse me, please, let me say one thing about unity. You don't give what you don't have. This is 7 months after the presidential primary election. 7 months. And the party PDP is still irretrievably and irreconcilably differing on issue. What are they differing on? Power and money. Nothing else. Now, IU is established by Wike that he is corrupt because Wike presented facts and IU has not satisfactorily disputed them. Why has he not resigned? Now, the 5 governors, I must confess, are even lenient to be insisting that the concession they need is IU resigning. Actually, they should be talking about They should be talking about Atiku himself stepping down. Atiku himself told Jonathan that he should step down based on zoning. Jonathan traveled abroad to plead with him to allow him to complete his tenure, and he refused.
Yeah, well, the
and
train,
then Atiku said it's the turn of the Southeast.
The train seems to have left
the next president of Nigeria, and he usurped it. So they should tell him to step down. But asking for IU is a concession. So it is really troubling that they are even considering it, telling you how unfortunate democracy lives on compromise. Now, IU himself said it. If a presidential candidate, because I detest lies, should emerge from the north, he will resign.
Kenneth Okonkwo made a point that the competition between APC and the PDP should be about who failed more, because both of them already failed Nigeria and Nigerians. Kenneth Okonkwo said he would have loved to defend President Buhari and the APC, being that he supported him in 2019 to become president. but that his hands are tied because there is nothing on the table to defend President Buhari. No one thing. Like Dino said, Kenneth also believed that President Buhari's scorecard is a parallel F9 and that both APC and the PDP share in this F9. Kenneth reminded Nigerians that Atiku once told President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan to step down from contesting to become president in 2015 because of zoning. President Jonathan had to travel abroad to beg him to support him win the election. But he insisted that Jonathan must step down. But now, going by all indices, it is the time of the Southeast to become president. And the same Atiku who refused to support President Jonathan for second term because of zoning is now contesting to become Nigeria's president. Kenneth Okonkwo concluded by saying that Governor Wike and the G5 governors shouldn't be asking for the party chairman to step down. He said the right thing to do is to demand that Atiku step down. What an interesting debate. 2023, Nigerians will decide what is best for them. To be part of this decision making, hurry up now and collect your PVC. PVC collection is on and we end on the 22nd of January 2023. Go for it now. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't you think you're forgetting something? Yes, the subscription button. Click on it right now.